In this problem, we have a very unique situation where we have a fraction. I would not multiply the negative 2/3 times 4 and the negative 2/3 times 4, because if you do that, you end up with a mess. I would start with 2x is less than or equal to negative 2/3 times the quantity 4x plus 4. Now, in this question, what I would do is you want to get rid of the fraction negative 2/3. I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal negative 3/2. What if I multiply the right side by negative 3/2? I'm going to multiply the left side also by negative 3/2. When I do that, on the right-hand side, the 2 times 3 is 6, the 3 times 2 is 6. I get a 6 on top of 6, which is divisible. You get 1. If I take a negative times a negative, I get a positive. So everything that's in here cancels to just be a 1. When I take 1 times 4x plus 4, on the right-hand side, I just get 4x plus 4. On the left-hand side, I'm going to take everything over there and multiply it by negative 3/2. Well, negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. 2 times 1 is 2. Well, dividing by 2 is also the same thing as taking half of something. Half of negative 6x is negative 3x. Now, here's a mistake that many of you probably made at this point. If you notice, we multiplied by negative 3/2. We multiplied by negative 3/2. When we do that, our inequality flips, and we have negative 3x is greater than or equal to 4x plus 4. Well, in algebra, we're trying to get a variable on one side and a number on the other, so I'm going to subtract 4x, subtract 4x. When I do that, I get negative 7x is greater than or equal to 4, as those two cancel. Well, to get rid of a negative 7 times x, I do the opposite, which is divide by negative 7, divide by negative 7. And I get x. On the right-hand side, I get negative 4/7. Now, as we take a look at this, we divided by a negative 7. So once again, that inequality flips, and we get x is less than or equal to negative 4/7. Now, there's probably a couple people out there that you may have forgot to flip the sign in that step, and you also forgot to flip the sign in that step. And if you did happen to do that in this situation, this is one of those weird cases where 2 wrongs make a right. But you end up in the end with x is less than or equal to negative 4/7. If we were to graph that on a number line, if I had 0, and here's negative 1, over here is positive 1, well, negative 4/7 is about halfway between 0 and negative 1, and it is equal to negative 4/7 would be less than or equal to negative 4/7, so it's a closed circle. The numbers that are less than negative 4/7 are to the left. So your final solution would be right there. X is less than or equal to negative 4/7 with a closed circle and an arrow to the left. As you take a look at this, this is a very unique situation where 2 wrongs could actually end up being a right. Thank you.